What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, the official Cliffy J, and I'm back with another video, and it is another Big Brother video. And I know I told you guys in my last Big Brother video, I won't be doing any more specifically new era focused videos. But that was a lie. I lied. No, I have decided that I got a couple more video ideas for new era focused things, and we have a pretty long, runway amount of time until the next season. Off season is extremely long for Big Brother, even in comparison to other shows. So, to keep you guys fed with Big Brother content, I'm going to do more new era focused videos. I got at least three more coming out, and then we'll go to more topical videos, historical videos, maybe some retrospectives, player reviews, like maybe talk about a player's career over their time on the show, stuff like that. I do want you guys to let me know in the comments what kind of videos you guys want to see from me in terms of Big Brother, so I know and I can gauge what you guys want to see. We're obviously going to have more ranking every HOH. We got the BB24 one coming out soon. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into this video that we are doing today. Today, I'll be giving you guys my ranking of the seasons of the new era. So that is just the POC mandate seasons. That is 27, 26, 25, 24, and 23. Not counting reindeer games. So let's go ahead and get into the criteria for this list. The main criteria I obviously used was more of an opinionated thing. We know this. And y'all know me. I look at the personal enjoyment I had in the season, but then I also kind of rank it based on, how good specific things were, like the moments, how good were the characters, like individually, how good was the gameplay. You guys know I really do care about the gameplay. So yeah, that's mainly it. Pre-jury, post jury, gameplay, personal enjoyment, and the outcome. Like the winner does matter when we're ranking how good a season is. And if you guys like this video, y'all let me know if y'all want my overall ranking of all the seasons in the show's history, because I have watched every single one. So let's go ahead and get not every single one in all countries internationally, just US and majority of Canada. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into this list. And at number 5, I got BB25. And for me, I got this season so low because it just kind of ends after Izzy goes home. Like, it's so predictable and not in a good way. For me personally, it has no rewatchability. And anybody that was there really watching the feeds consistently knows that the feeds were amazing pre-jury. I mean, as soon as Izzy went home, it sucked out every little bit of air in the feeds, and the feeds became terrible. Literally became bad. And that is just how I view it. On top of that, the people that were left in the game, you know, I like Corey, Matt's cool, like Sari, I love Sari, obviously. Felicia, but it wasn't really entertaining. I don't think the characters were really that great. I don't think it came across that great on the show. It was better on the feeds in general. So it's not the greatest TV product, in my opinion, and it completely falls off after the jury phase. I mean, pre-jury phase. So that's mainly the reason I have it so low. And I mean, the winner is, not the best winner in terms of Big Brother. He was voted out, and his overall gameplay, it was aggressive, and he won a lot of challenges, but he didn't necessarily play the way that I prefer for someone to play, that would have me rank them as a very highly ranked winner and stuff like that, when you take into account the fact that he also was voted out. So yeah. And at number 4, I got BB24. And I really debated between this and the one that I got higher. And I chose to have this one at number 4 because I was very in tune with what was going on the feeds. I didn't really watch feeds as much on this season, but I was extremely in tune. I knew every single thing that was going on the show essentially the whole way through, because obviously, like many, I paid attention because of what was happening to Taylor and the mistreatment, So I paid very close attention, and I'm just not moved. I wasn't moved by this season that much. Like, it comes across better on the feeds early, especially, than it did, like, late. Like, cause late in the show, it was really just kind of boring. It was just kind of boring. Yeah, people were making the best moves, And that's why I'll say TV product wise, 24 is probably top two. Like it's definitely a very good season for just talking about TV product. But we have to take into account the feeds, the overall characters in the season. I think they kind of lacked them. I don't think Michael was a great character. I think that he just was a super fan, game bot, comp beast. Um, Monty was kind of boring, pretty boring. Taylor was all right. I mean, she was also kind of boring. Turner's is, was boring. Like I just don't think that this season really had the massive characters that other seasons have, and that definitely matters when you see that like the pre-jury was solid. It still has the kind of dark tint. And this season has a dark tint. Like it has a dark tint that a lot of racist seasons have, and that's not good. That's not good. So like I just can't really rank it highly. I just think it was a more consistent season. I like the outcome of this season much better than 25. And it doesn't have a huge drop off. It was just always kind of consistent. And the gameplay is actually good on this season. The gameplay is actually pretty good. So I can't have it too low. That's what I will say. And at number 3, I've got BB23. And I try not to let, any biases, come into it when I'm making these rankings. Cause I do agree that this season is relatively boring. Like I don't like say anything about anyone that says this wasn't the best season because it is one where the initial alliance that was in control from the beginning controlled it all the way to the end. And then the player that most people believe was going to win because they were best positioned in that alliance ended up winning. So it's extremely baseline in that way. So I see why people criticize it, and I can't really have it too high because it doesn't really have that entertainment aspect. It's just so interesting. It's so interesting to watch 6 black players from different ethnic groups and things like that come together and dominate a season in that way. It was very interesting, especially, after the history of the show before that. And for someone like me, this season that got me back into the show. So I'm always going to look at it with somewhat of rose tinted glasses. And that's really what that comes from. I think it is a good overall season. I can rewatch it because of that. The cookout grilled the comp. And at number 2, I've got 27. I think most people would have this at number 1, but I don't. I'm a big fan of the AI Arena, and post AI Arena, it even still had a little bit going on with the cheat mans and stuff like that. So it has a lot interesting about it. Has a good amount of personal enjoyment, and it's really rewatchable. I think this is actually a pretty solid season. And actually, like looking back on it, I'm actually way more fond of it than I thought I actually even was. The gameplay was actually solid, but not great. You had Ashley, Vince Morgan, Rachel Will, who played pretty well. To me, the characters were largely uninteresting. Kelly was wacky, but I thought she was a little too intentionally unlikable. It wasn't calculated enough. Vince was annoying, and it seemed like a lot of people were negative, like not in a great way, and kind of gave a little OBB, but not really. Um, the pre-jury was kind of chaotic, which was good, and then the post-jury was kind of repetitive, which wasn't good. That wasn't good. But I do think the winner was pretty solid. I like the underlying strategy of Ashley's game. And I think it's a lot good about this season, but you have White Locust, which leaves so many what ifs, which docks it down a little bit, which my number 1 doesn't have anything like that. And I think that's kind of why I went the way I did. And at number 1, I got BB26. And this is one that I really did debate on because it does have an aspect that BB25 has where the pre-jury is definitely much better than the post-jury. But even the post-jury, the moves when they're being made, it has way more impact. Like like Quinn getting sent home to me and for how I was viewing the show seemed like a way bigger deal than Cam getting sent home. You know what I'm saying? Like even like the Joseph boot to me was a bigger deal than the Cole boot, like that was way bigger of a deal it felt like. Who else? Who else? I feel like the Leah boot was a way bigger deal than the Corey boot, in my opinion. Like, come on, what are we talking about? Like this season had way more aura and that matters. Like I was way more invested personally. My personal enjoyment was there, and the pre-jury was also very good. Like this season contended with 25 in terms of pre-jury. It's probably the second best pre-jury. I don't know. I probably said that by another one, but it's probably the second best pre-jury of the new era. But this also has AI Arena, which I love, which probably honestly makes it the best pre-jury because you also had Tucker. So it's like, and I remember the online discourse. I love debating and arguing with Tucker fans. That was so fun. So like, yeah, I mean, the pre-jury is so good. You have AI Arena, and then you go into a post-jury where the feeds aren't that interesting, but the gameplay is there. And I actually like the people on this cast, and I that does matter to me. I want to like the people on the cast. Because if I don't, it's harder for me to connect with the people to cheer for and stuff like that. I think on certain seasons, I lacked people I want to cheer for, and that really does matter. I want to be invested. Like, I'm an emotional guy. I need to be invested in what's going on. But yeah, I need to be emotionally invested, guys. But nah, that's really just what it comes down to. I think that this season I was more invested than a lot of other seasons. I think probably 23 or 20. I mean, 24. I was extremely invested, and I still didn't like the season. So it definitely doesn't it's not the end all be all, but this season also was very interesting throughout the whole way. It was stuff going on. Just the feeds were odd because they had stretches each week where it wasn't good, but like a lot of the weeks would still end up being good weeks. Like that was a weird thing about 26. The gameplay was there, and the weeks would usually end up being a good week. It just was like a weirdly slow moving season. I don't know. And there was some crazy dumb decision making by some players that low key cooks the season in certain aspects. And it's just so does 27. 27 also has that. So it's really debatable. The outcome is better on this season than 27 in terms of I love that Chelsea is such a dominant winner, and that definitely does matter to me also. And I also was cheering for Chelsea a lot of the season. I was cheering more for Cam, but at least we got the dub. At least we got the dub because I was cheering for the Lions. But yeah, nah, that is the end of today's video, guys. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Push the notification bell so you can be notified every time I drop a new lit banger. Peace.